Good morning, class. In the last lecture, we have studied mean deviation for median and mean deviation for mean. Now, in this lecture, we have studied standard deviation and variance. Let's see standard deviation. Standard deviation denoted as a SD, we can also write as D, it is a standard deviation. Standard deviation is the most absolute measure of dispersion. The square root of the mean of the square of the deviation from mean is called as standard deviation, and it is denoted by sigma. Denoted by sigma. Sigma we can write it this way, means these are a sigma. So standard deviation denoted by sigma. The standard deviation for raw data. Standard deviation for raw data. So standard deviation is equal to sigma. Standard deviation means sigma is equal to under root sigma. This is small sigma and this is large sigma. We can also call it summation of sign. This is the summation sign. Under root summation of xi minus x bar square divided by n. And also we can write in under root summation di square, because of we know that xi minus x bar, that is di, near square, so square divided by n. This is the standard deviation for raw data, and we know that where di is a xi minus x bar and x bar is a mean. After further simplification, standard deviation is equal to sigma in under root summation xi square divided by n minus summation xi whole square divided by n, or standard deviation means sigma is equal to under root summation of xi square divided by n, that means mean, so x bar whole square. Here means x bar is equal to summation of xi divided by n, that is mean. This for a raw data. Now standard deviation for ungrouped frequency distribution. This for ungrouped frequency distribution. Standard deviation is equal to sigma is equal to in under root summation fi xi minus x bar whole square divided by summation fi. We can also write in under root summation fi di square. We know that this is the di divided by capital N. And di is a xi minus x bar. We know that x bar means and n is equal to summation of fi. Further simplification given here also same. Standard deviation is equal to sigma under root summation fi xi whole square divided by n, whole square nahi, fi xi square divided by n minus summation fi xi divided by n whole square, or sigma is equal to in under root summation fi xi square divided by n minus x bar square. X bar means mean square. Here mean is x bar is equal to summation xi fi xi divided by n, means here xi multiplied by fi, so summation of fi xi divided by n. This for ungrouped data. Now here standard deviation for group frequency distribution. This is a group frequency distribution. standard deviation sigma is equal to in under root summation fi xi minus x bar whole square divided by n. This is means in under root, we can also write in this way, in under root summation fi di square divided by n. So whole square, we can also write summation under root summation fi xi square divided by n minus summation fi xi and whole square. This way, summation of fi xi whole square divided by n minus x bar whole square. X bar is a mid value and class interval. This is the formula for group frequency distribution. And this also. Now, step deviation method. So, standard deviation by step deviation method is given by sigma, means standard deviation is equal to under root sigma fi di square divided by summation fi minus summation fi di divided by summation of fi whole square multiplied by c. Now here di is equal to xi minus a divided by c, and a is the here a is the assumed mean. Now note that is the first one, standard deviation is always positive. Standard deviation always positive. But standard deviation is independent of the choice of origin. Third, standard deviation is dependent on the change of the scalar, or dependent on change of the scalar. Now variance is the square of standard deviation is called variance. Variance क्या है? Standard deviation का square. Here variance is equal to standard deviation, or we can also write standard deviation is equal to in under root variance. Coefficient of standard deviation. The rate of change of standard deviation with respect to mean is called coefficient of standard deviation. Means the rate of change of standard deviation with respect to mean is called coefficient of standard deviation. That is, coefficient of standard deviation is standard deviation divided by mean, means sigma divided by x bar. That is the coefficient of standard deviation. Coefficient of variance. Now coefficient of variance. The coefficient of variance is a measure of relative variability. Now here coefficient of variance is equal to standard deviation divided by mean multiplied by 100, means sigma divided by x bar multiplied by 100. That is the coefficient of variance, and this is coefficient of standard deviation. And variance means standard square of standard deviation. Now take example. Mean is 83.5 and standard deviation is, find the coefficient of variance. Now find the coefficient of variance. कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएंस फाइंड करना है, और हमको फाइंड करने के लिए क्या दिया है, गिवन इज मीन एंड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. यस, हमको मीन दिया है एंड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन दिया है, तो हम कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएंस फाइंड कर सकते हैं. गिवन दैट मीन मीन्स एक्स बार इज इक्वल टू 82.5 एंड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन सिग्मा इज इक्वल टू 7.2, कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएंस standard deviation divided by mean multiplied by 100, so sigma divided by x bar is equal to 100, so 7.2 divided by 82.5, 5 multiplied by 100, so that gives 8.73. So coefficient of variance is 8.73%. Variance is 8.73%. Now, next example. Find the standard deviation of the form of data. अभी क्या फाइंड करना है? फाइंड द स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन. अभी हम देखेंगे ये कौन से फॉर्म में है. ये रो फॉर्म में है, सो हम वो वाला फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे. मीन्स दिस वन ये यूज करेंगे. इसमें बिकॉज ऑफ देयर आर रो, this is a row, so using standard deviation for row. So given data in a row data, now table for standard deviation. This is the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. That is the xi. We can write here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now in this one, how to find mean? Summation of xi divided by n. We can sum 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, that is 45. And here how many values? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 45 divided by 9, that is 5. So mean is 5. So standard deviation, we know that standard deviation means in under root summation of di square divided by n. But di means xi minus x bar. We know that xi is given and x bar is the mean. So 1 minus mean is 5, that is minus 4. 2 minus 5 3, 3 minus 5 minus 2, 4 minus 5 minus 1, 5 minus 5 0, 6 minus 5 1, 7 minus 5 2, 8 minus 5 3, 9 minus 5, that is 4. This is a d. Now हमको क्या चाहिए? d square, di square. So minus minus plus 4 16, 3 3 is 9, 2 2 is 4 and 1 का square 1, 0 का square 0 ही रहता है. 1 2 2 is 4, 3 3 is 9 and 4 4 is 16. So take addition, summation of di. So 16 plus 9 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16, that is 60. So standard deviation in under root summation di square divided by n. N is a 9. So 16 divided by 9, that is 2.58. So standard deviation is a 2.58. Next example. Find the standard deviation of the following frequency table. Now here are given, this is the xi and this is the frequency means fi. So find standard deviation. Now here observation x and frequency f are given, in hence it is a ungrouped frequency distribution. This is a ungrouped frequency distribution. So standard deviation, we know that sigma is equal to under root summation fi di square divided by summation of fi. We know that di means xi minus x bar, and x bar is a mean, means x bar is the summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. So first हम mean find करेंगे, then di find करेंगे, then standard deviation find करेंगे. So we first fi xi mean x bar. So that is a xi and fi. Table for standard deviation, we write 5 10 15 20 and 25 are given, and here frequencies 12, 17, 22, 19 and 16. Now take a multiplication. 5 multiplied by 12 is 16, 10 multiplied by 17, so 170, 15 multiplied by 22, 330, and 20 multiplied by 19, 380, and 25 multiplied by 16 is 400. Now we want here summation of Fi xi. So summation all, here take summation 60 plus 170 plus 330, 380 and 400, so 1340. Now finding here, here also we want summation of Fi. So 12 plus 17 plus 22 plus 19 plus 16, so they give 86. Now mean is equal to x bar is equal to summation of Fi xi divided by summation of Fi, means 1340 divided by 86, they give 15.58. that is a x bar, means mean. Now finding di. So di is a xi minus x bar, means 5 minus 15.58, so they give minus 10.d. Now again xi minus x bar means 10 minus 15.58, so they give minus 5.58, and 15 minus 15.58, that they gives minus 0.58. 20 minus 15.58, they use 4.22, and 25 minus 50.58, so they give 9.42. So these are a value of d. We want here d square, so take d square. So square means x multiplied by x. So here minus 10.58 multiplied by minus 10.58, so that means square. So इसका square plus में आएगा, that is 111.936. Now here also same 31.136, 0.336, 19.356 and 88.736. Now here we want multiplication of Fi and di square. So Fi multiplied by di. So 12 multiplied by 111.936, so they give 1343.23. Now here 17 multiplied by these, 22 multiplied by these, 19 multiplied by this one, and 16 multiplied by 88.736, so they give 1419.776. Now summation of all of these, so this 1343.23 plus 529.312 plus 7.392 plus 371.184 plus 1419 plus 776, so they give 3670.896. Now put the value, and we know that summation of Fi is 86. Now standard deviation sigma is equal to in under root 3670.896 divided by 86, so they give 6.93. So standard deviation is equal to sigma is equal to 6.53. That is the standard deviation. Now here also find the standard deviation of the following frequency table. Now here in that table not a given frequency, not a given, so this is a frequency but not a f, so we can convert into a frequency, and this is also class interval. Here observation x and frequency f are a given, means these and these, hence it is a ungrouped frequency distribution. Now using ungroup frequency distribution in this formula, standard deviation is equal to under root summation fi di square divided by summation of fi. This is the formula. Now this is the weekly expenditure below rupees and number of students. So these are, we write here expenditure below rupees and number of students. Now here we can make class interval. This is a 5, so 0 to 5. Here rupees 0 to 5 and here rupees 10. Now here convert we 10 to 5, 5 rupees to 10, between 10. And here 15 to 10 to 15 and here 20. So we can write 15 to 20 and 25 here we can write 20 to 25. Here difference is 5. So we can write here 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15 and 15 to 20 and 20 to 25. इधर डिफरेंस पास 5 का है. नाउ हम इसको क्लास इंटरवल में लिखेंगे, मीन्स इन दिस वे. सो इसका रुपीज़ है 0 to 5 के बीच में आता है, सो हम इसको ऐसे लिखेंगे. एंड हियर रुपीज़ 10, सो वी कैन राइट 5 to 10. 5 to 10 मीन्स 5 और 10 में वो क्लास है. नाउ 15 का क्लास हम लिखेंगे 10 to 15 तक है क्लास, इंटरवल क्लास मीन्स 10 रुपीज़ to 15 रुपीज़ एंड 20 रुपीज़ का 15 रुपीज़ to 20 रुपीज़ एंड 25 रुपीज़ का 20 रुपीज़ to 25 रुपीज़. तो ये हुआ हमारे क्लास इंटरवल. नो ये हमारा क्लास इंटरवल हो गया. तो हमें को इसका मिड वैल्यू फाइंड करना होगा. मिड वैल्यू, वी नो दैट हाउ टू फाइंड मिड वैल्यू. First and second addition divided by 2, so 0 plus 5 divided by 2, so they give 2.5. Now here also 5 plus 10, so they give 7.5. 10 plus 15, so they give 12.5, and 15 plus 20 they give divided by 2, so 17.5, and 20 plus 25 divided by 2, so 22.5. This is the mid value, means xi. This is the xi. Now हमने इस बिलो रुपीज़ का क्लास फाइंड किया, क्लास इंटरवल 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. देन उसका मिड पॉइंट फाइंड किया, दैट इज अ xi. नाउ हियर नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, दैट इज फ्रीक्वेंसी. नाउ हियर फ्रीक्वेंसी, वी वांट टू फाइंड फ्रीक्वेंसी. इसका हम फ्रीक्वेंसी फाइंड करेंगे नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स की. तो हम इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी नीचे से फाइंड करेंगे. 38 46 माइनस 38 किया, 46 माइनस 38, सो दे गिव प्लस 6, प्लस 8, सो वी राइट हियर 8 फ्रीक्वेंसी में. नाउ 38 माइनस 28, सो दे गिव 10. 38 minus 28, so they give 10. Now 28 minus 16, so they give 12. Now 16 minus 6, so they 10. And 6 minus, here no value, so 0, that is 6. So we write here frequency fi. हमने कहाँ से ली कि ये number of students, that is the frequency. So हमने frequency लिखी. This minus this we write here. Now this minus this we write here. This minus this right here, and this minus this we write here, and this minus this we write here. So हमको fi and xi मिल गई. That is a frequency and class interval. This is the midpoint. Now fi multiplied by xi. So 6 multiplied by 2.5, that is 15. 10 multiplied by 75. 7.5, so 75. 12 multiplied by 12.5, so 150, and 10 multiplied by 17.5, so 175, and 8 multiplied by 22.5, So 180. Now in this one we want summation of xi. So इसका सम कर देंगे 6 plus 12 plus 10 plus 12 plus 10 plus 8 is 46. Now sum of fi xi. So sum of fi xi is 595. So first mean find करेंगे. Mean x bar is equal to summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. 595 divided by 46. So 12.93. So 12.93. This 9. So we can also write 30 because here 0.93. So similarly 30. So we can write 30. So now di we know what di is a xi minus x bar. So xi means 2.5 minus 13. So that gives minus 10.5. 7.5 minus 13. So minus 5.5. 12.5 minus 13. Minus 0.5. 17.5 minus 30. 4.5 and 22.5 minus 39.5. Now take d square. So 10.5 square is 110.25. 5.5 square is 30.25. 0.5 square is 0.25. And 4.5 that square is 20 plus 20.25. And 9.5 square is 90 plus 25. Now we want fi multiplied by di square. So fi multiplied by this term means fi multiplied by di square. So 6 multiplied by 110.25. So they give this. Now again 10 multiplied by these. 12 multiplied by 0.25. 10 multiplied by 20.25 and 8 multiplied by 90.25. So they give these values. Now summation of fi di square. So this 661.5 plus 302.5 plus 3 plus 202.5 plus 722. So they give 1891.5. So put the value in this one. So standard deviation is equal to summation in under root summation fi di square divided by summation of fi. So 1891.5 divided by 46, that is 6.41. Mean is 13 and standard deviation is 6.41. Calculate the variance of the data. Now here directly given x and f, and calculate here variance. Find the variance, calculate variance. We know that variance means standard deviation square, means HD square means standard deviation. So we first find standard deviation, then whole square, so they get variance. Now the given data is ungrouped frequency distribution. So standard deviation is under root summation fi di square divided by summation of fi, and variance is equal to standard square. So standard deviation is in under root. So under root and whole square. So square and under root, this under root get cancelled. So variance is equal to summation of fi di square divided by summation of fi. That is a given xi and fi. So 10, 20, 30, 14, 50, and fi is 12, 15, 17, 11 and 9. So summation of fi, that is 64. Right here sum 12 plus 15 plus 17 plus 11 plus 9, that is 64. Now x multiplied by fi. So fi multiplied by xi, that is same. So 120, 20 multiplied by 50, so 300, 30 multiplied by 70 is 510, and 40 multiplied by 11, 440, and 50 multiplied by 9, 450. Now again summation of fi xi, because of we want to find the mean. These are sum 1820. Mean is equal to x bar is equal to summation of fi xi divided by xi. So 1820 divided by 64, that is 28.5. 437. Now finding D, that is xi minus x bar. So xi is 10 minus 28.437. Now 20 minus 28, so that gives 8, and 30 minus 28 point this, 40 minus 28 point this, and 50 minus 28 point, so that gives 21.563. now इसका स्क्वायर करेंगे मीन्स डी आई स्क्वायर, so minus 18.437, so they give 339.92. Here also same, take square, here take square, so 464.97. now fi multiply by di square, so fi multiply by di square, so that gives 12 multiply by these, 15 multiply by this, 17 multiply by this, 11 multiply by this, and 9 multiply by these. Now we want sum. So 4000 plus 1000 plus 41 plus 1470 and plus 4184.64, so they give 10,843.63. that is the summation of fi di square. So variance is equal to summation of fi di square divided by summation of fi, that is 10,843.63 divided by 64, so they give 169.43. variance is a 169.43. now we are stop here. In the next lecture we are solving sum of a variance and standard deviation.